Surfing Daddy Pops is here. I'm going to do a little tutorial about packaging and shipping Funko Pops. Everybody has certain levels of shipping as far as quantities or volume that they do at home or at their store or whatever. I started during COVID when I was able to buy people's lots locally due to losing income, whatever the case might be. I was in the same boat. I was looking for that extra avenue and also selling some personal stuff. Just like many, we've shipped on eBay for the last 5 to 10 years. I found that Mercari was a little bit better suited for myself. The way to list, fees were very limited back then, as they has since changed in the last year to be more favorable towards eBay and Whatnot. I do not use Whatnot as often. I just started on that one, just sold my first one on that. But I figured I'd share what works for me best as far as boxes, tape, and stuff like that. I am very fortunate that I do have a little bit of room where I can buy stuff in bulk. Hence, if you want to start, obviously 8 rolls at a time. It's $14 at Walmart. You can probably find the same thing on Amazon. I buy bubble wrap. This is the similar rolls. If you do go to Walmart, they're like $14-15 a piece for I think it's like 20 yards or something like that. I actually buy 4 stacks at a time for about probably $40 total shipped to the house. When I do a lot of quantity like that and I ship hundreds and stuff, over the course of the months, that adds up to your bottom line. Very similar to your job. Boxes as well. I have a local hookup. I can get 8x6x5 boxes, about 40 to 50 of them for approximately 50 cents a piece versus 79 to $1 a piece if you just go to your local Walmart or Office Depot or other places. You can also go to the post office and get free priority ones too, but I'm talking stuff that's prior or underneath the priority range, which I'll explain here in a second. You can use 7x5 boxes, 7x5x5 boxes, 7x6x5 boxes. They end up being a little bit snug. So what I personally like, I started out with 9x6x5s before. Gives you a lot of room. I've now trimmed down to 8x6x5, which is right here. You can see it right here. The next one up, if you want to send 2 pops, which doesn't fall under your first class, is a 10x8, which is great for 2 pops, in sorters or protectors, bubble wrapped, plenty of room. It just works out best. But as you can see, that's just a small stack right here, and I get like 40 at a time. I just use my expenses out of that and turn it into a little shipping deal. I got them all stacked over there. Also, it's good to recycle if you do get mystery boxes or you do get some stuff sent to you for personal collections. You could always save those boxes, break them down, and just saves them, a lot of the overhead. If you want to do some shipping here locally, I highly recommend getting a little bit of food scale that goes up to, let's say, 5 or 10 pounds. It doesn't need to be, super big. Obviously, your bubble wrap, your tape. I have the tape dispenser if you need it for bigger boxes. Don't necessarily need that. Scissors, knife, whatever the case might be. And then how do you pack well? For me, again, 8x6x5 is my go-to. Also some other good bubble wrap too. This stuff's great. It's like medical. But we get it for glassware and stuff at my restaurant. So I actually take it all home instead of trashing it. So I save I've got a carload full of bubble wrap. That's for the bigger boxes, of course, for extra protection. But what I do, 8x6, you see right there, it's a good size box. Perfect. I put 1 piece of bubble wrap just like that for the bottom, which works out great. Next up, I just choose a pop. For instance, you can tape the ends like most people do, super secure. The good thing with the 8x6 box like that, you can see, you can put little pieces of tape on it. But the good thing with this is it actually fits perfectly, just like that. It gives yourself a little bit of room. Add your business card, whatever the case might be, if you do choose to do so. If you have an online store, put 1 more layer on top. It gives you a little bit of about a 1/2 inch room on top. So when you do that, it's perfect. Fold up, tape, secure. There's no room whatsoever. These boxes are really, really rigid. and very strong. I have over 850 transactions so far with pretty much single pops, some being doubles and triples, and 0 damage. Knock on wood. But that's usually just the post office's fault. This also gives you enough room to put a pop protector on it, or a pop shield, or an armor or a casing or something like that. You might want to go 1 inch bigger on that, but again, 8x6 by 5 is the way to go. Again, you'd be safe for the 7. You can probably shrink it down. It gets a little snug. Be careful of the other ones. I'm sure we've all seen horrendous deliveries. I've had some boxes that are the same size as the pop, and you can't even get it out of the thing, or it's been squished down and it's just somewhat damaged. So that is the way I do it. And again, all satisfies customers. I think it's the safest bet. They get thrown around in the post office pretty easily. First class. The tricks on that, when you do have to weigh something, if you obviously go over 16 ounces, you can actually label it 16 ounces on Pirate Ship or PayPal, and you can get first class. If it goes over 16 ounces, it becomes priority mail no matter what. So you're not going to get 2 pops under 16 ounces. It's pretty rare. It is possible. There are a few that are lightweight that can work, and you can save a couple bucks, but then you're going to go into that $8 range, depending on where the travel. Could be California, probably in the $10 to $11 range, or up north. The key is anything in the 10 ounce range becomes about $4.20 currently. If it goes up to 12 ounces, it starts moving up about 10 cents or so. If you go over 12 ounces to the 16 range, pending your travels, it can get into the 5 range. So no more than $6 for first class, which is great. My average is always about $4.30 or $4.50 max, and I'll include that on Mercari. A lot of them for free shipping if they're lower end. If they're higher end, I'll do the Mercari print label, which is $5.99. You spend a little bit more money, but you have a little extra protection as well. So let me know what you guys do. That's what works for me. Everybody's different, but if you have other suggestions of something or any tips or tricks, hit me up, make a comment. I just figured it'd be, if you guys are looking to move some of your collection or have some extra stuff that you want to move, this is good tips and tricks that will help everybody out at home or at work, wherever you plan on doing it. So Surfing Daddy's Pops out. Appreciate it. Thanks, folks.